So this is Do It for the Content podcast. Pretty much your host, Watermelon Justin, OK Cap. Pretty much talk to interesting people.
Hello.
So today on the couch we have the wonderful owner, beautiful owner, Club Zodiac, Miss Virgo, and one of her managers, Nyboe. Is it Nyboe?
Mm. Yep, that's right. You
All right,
got it. First
perfect.
shot.
All right, good shit.
Hmm.
Yeah, truthfully, I've been avoiding saying your name for the longest time.
No, you got it. You got it. You got it.
So, Virgo, for people that don't know about Club Zodiac, what is it? What do you think what's your role in it?
Mhm. For anyone that doesn't know what Club Zodiac is a dancing club where we do exotic dancing, such as lap dancing. We also do DJing events along with talent shows and theme events as well. We basically have it every single week. I think like the only times that we don't really do that much is on Mondays and Wednesdays. We even have a movie night to where the community actually can pick a movie of their choice, and the whole entire community ends up watching it on Thursday night at 5 p.m. and all that too. And that's Central Standard Time. All of our events are at Central Standard Time. Um, but yeah, we pretty much do exotic dancing, DJing events, and talent shows, and anything that is featuring for the avatar creators as well.
Hmm.
Okay, perfect. And
All right. All right.
Mr. Naibo, what's
Mhm.
your role in Club Zodiac? What do you normally do?
Well, I'm the
Help out
man.
with?
I'm the manager. We take care of a lot of the drama behind the scenes, so it doesn't spread out into the Discord in general. Do a lot of brainstorming, a lot of planning, a lot of I'm all like a soundboard for Virgo in many respects. So if I have an idea or she has an idea, we bounce it off each other first before we bring it to the admins or to the membership at large. So a lot of ideas die in infancy, put it that way.
All right, all right, all right. Not bad. So, um,
Right.
you kind of brought up the movie thing, Virgo. So I actually wanted to ask.
Mhm.
I don't know. I got a weird mindset. Did you think when you first entered VR chat you'd be dancing? Because you didn't start off with being a
Mhm.
club owner. You kind of, hopped around first.
No.
But
When I entered in, it was around November of 2017. I was already in VR. I started with like the first gen. Had my Vive since 2016, and I entered in 2017. Pretty much meeting all types of people and basically just walking around VR chat as a new person, being like, oh, it's like, this is cool. It's like, because even before VR chat, I was in like alt space and such. But yeah, VR chat caught my attention more because I like, communicating with everyone and when
the
it comes down to
youngins.
social platform games. Uh, yeah, not so much of youngins. Pretty much like just getting to know who people are, and everyone that's like all around the world and all that stuff. But yeah, I ended up going towards the club scene around March of 2018.
Okay.
She was a bouncer. She
So
was tough.
so yeah, you used to be part of Dirty Dancers, right? So
Mm.
Yes, I
uh,
was a part of Dirty Dancers as a bouncer there. Oh,
did you
go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, no, did you have full body back then?
Yes, I got full body in March, and then I got my Vive Pro in April. That's when anyone that already had a Vive, they could actually pre-order the headset. So I ended up getting that, but I got my full body first, uh, and
Okay.
it advanced. As time went by, but yeah, when I was with Dirty Dancers as bouncer, I ended up, being in full body, and then from there I ended up going into Sexy Sundays and all that. And
Okay. And now, how did you two meet? Like, what was your first impressions of each other? Nybo first. But you guys both look pretty similar to each other. White hair, black
Yeah,
ears.
ears. Well, I create both both avatars. So
Hmm.
Mhm.
So yeah, when I make them to match, I'm kind of corny that way, I guess you could say. I always like the matchy stuff. So, but we're actually married in game. It's just role play, but still, but we've been married for over a year actually in game. So,
Oh shit.
but
Okay,
yeah,
congratulations.
no, thank
Thank
you.
you.
But we work very close together. We're really good friends, and we work tirelessly, honestly, for the club. See,
Mhm.
we're both very unusual in the sense that we have a lot more free time than the vast majority of people that play. Most people play are typically younger, and so they're in school or they're starting their careers or jobs or they're living at home or they got other issues going on in their real life, which prevents them from playing a lot. Virgo is a stay-at-home mom,
Hmm.
so she has a
Okay,
lot of free
you want me to
time.
talk? You want me to say that?
Oh, same to
Yeah,
you.
yeah, with me, like I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have two kids and all that as well. So, yeah, it's like he said, I do have free time on my hands, and but yeah, like my job is a mom first.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I own my own business in real life, so I work from a home office. And actually, that's what brought me into VR to begin with. Because unlike most people, the vast majority of people that I've run into in the game, they usually start off on desktop, and then they get interested in the game, they get into it a little bit more, and they eventually get VR later down the road, maybe full body, etc. For me, I actually got VR way before I played the game. I got VR because I saw it as an alternative. Because I'm stuck in a home office all day long. I'm just like in a box basically, and I was like, you know what? If I could be sitting anywhere and do this work, and so I saw VR as kind of an outlet to be able to do my work in beautiful environments. And so I think I could sit
Okay.
and work at my desktop on top of a
Mhm.
mountain or on a beach or in the orbit or wherever. And so I bought VR for that originally. And then after I'd done that and set up my little virtual desktop and was doing all that stuff, I kind of got interested in the other things that were available in VR. And I kept searching through the store, and VRChat kept popping up as one of the most popular
Hmm.
games on the store over and over and over again. And I was thinking, what is this? I have no idea. I've never played a game of this type prior to this. Unlike Virgo, also played some other games. And so I thought I got curious eventually, and I thought I'd check it out. And so I logged in, and I was hooked almost from the first minute. I was like, "Wow, I've never encountered something like
So
this." I found it really interesting to get
uh,
to know people.
on that note, what was the
All right,
first
one
thing you did
second
on
then.
VR?
The
What was the very
first thing I did on VR, I
in VR
actually
chat? VR chat. I mean.
it was dancing. Actually, I love to dance. I've always loved to dance, and I thought it was really nice because I could go to virtual nightclubs in the game. It didn't cost me any entry fee. I didn't have to pay for overpriced alcohol,
That's it. It's free. It's
and
good. It's fun.
yeah, there's no coverage charge. I'm not paying for $10 beers and stuff like that. I was like, this is the most amazing thing ever. I can, in the comfort of my own home,
Hmm.
go to a nightclub, have a great time, meet interesting people, and not have to pay a dime. You know, to me, it was the
Hmm.
greatest thing ever. So.
And
Mm.
Virgo, what was your
So,
first thing that you did in VR? Actually, Cap after this.
okay.
Yeah,
I don't know. My
yeah. Do you
question,
want to go? Go ahead. Go
you know,
ahead.
you go. My question's a bit of a longer one.
Okay. Okay. Um, Pretty much what I did was just just going through like the old MMD clubs. That's where mostly like where I spent my time with like meeting new people and all that as well. So
Yep.
it was mostly just getting to know the people of VR chat and also going towards the avatars and seeing all the new avatars. And so like I think like the very first avatar world I went to was the one that had like all of the Disney and Cartoon Network characters
Oh,
and all that. So and like yeah,
Mm.
like the game characters. So that's basically where I was always at, and I think I ended up being a Tigger, and I ended up like going
that fits
inside
me
of
so
the
well.
avatar creation. Yeah, I ended up being an avatar. Like I went into the avatar creator world, and I guess I met like Electro Swing and all of them, and they were in full body, and that's when I first saw full body, and they were all like dressed in like the robotic like avatars where it was like multi neon colors
Oh,
and all that, and they were like, yeah, and they're very known. They're pretty much like the OG of VR chat, basically.
All right. All right, Cap. Sorry. Please.
So, I don't know if Waterman's told you, but back in the day, we used to do a lot of club stuff too. And I know for a fact there's a lot of drama behind the scenes. Have you guys encountered, or let me rephrase this, who's like the creepiest encounter? What was the creepiest encounter you guys have ever had with somebody?
Ooh,
Because
that's
there's a
good.
lot of creeps that we run into.
Oh, I guess for recently it was Nyboe happened. Like that was like a few, like actually like 2 days ago for him.
I don't know if that was the
Um,
creepiest, but it was one of the creepiest. Yeah.
What happened?
um,
Please do tell.
I don't know. Well, I can't go into too much detail because TOS, but basically, the guy was just coming on really, really strong, which is not unusual in the game, but it
Mm-hmm.
was just, sometimes two different people can do the exact same thing, and it's okay with one person, and with another person, you just sort of get a weird vibe off of it. And this
Hmm.
guy, it is my skin crawled, and I'm not the kind of person that creeps out real easily. It was really unusual. I was like, why? This guy is literally creeping me out. I had to block him, and I don't do that very often. That was very, very rare, and I haven't done it for that particular reason in probably over a year, honestly. Usually, if I'm blocking someone, it's because they're cancerous or they're just annoying or whatever like
Mm-hmm.
that. This guy literally, I got like I got chills. It's like I am getting a really weird vibe off this guy. Yeah.
mine is either like they're following me around or like, and it's not just like once or twice. Like it's been a couple of times where they would basically come on and follow me around, or they'd say like Virgo is like show my avatar and stuff like that, and I'm just like why? And they're like you're gonna be with me and this and that. Like they come on very very strongly, and I'm like so.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So
Mm,
you guys' weird experiences were mainly just like creeps, I guess. That was it. Okay.
Yeah, it gets very overwhelming sometimes,
Oh,
and
that's for sure.
it's like
It's not unusual for people to get overly attached to Virgo because she dances for people,
Mm-hmm.
and people can misinterpret that in various ways, and they get overly attached more than they should. So.
oh,
mm,
speaking of
Well,
which, do you get a lot of white knights and orbiters around you, Virgo? I guess to a large extent, you
um
too.
it pretty much like it used to be like that like a long time ago.
I can be a white knight.
But yeah, like but it used to be like that a long time ago. Like everywhere I went, like there'd be like a whole bunch of people like all the time. Like everywhere we go, like even still now, everywhere we go, like there's still like crowds and all that like hang out with us. But they're mostly the people from Zodiac and their friends and
Right.
everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, they like I guess like they would be basically like like the white knighting and all that too. Like if anyone ever like came at us like very disrespectful and all that, then yes,
Oh,
they would be
Frost.
like
Perfect. Please
the
hop up.
people.
Oh,
They'd
look,
be the ones just
our
stand
late
up and.
other host here,
Mm-hmm.
everybody, Frosty.
Oh,
Yeah, he's late. Don't worry
Hey,
about
Don't
him.
look at him,
Frost.
guys. He's late.
That's all
Always
right.
late.
Better late than never.
Well,
don't need to show his avatar.
well,
Oh, yeah.
Can't show your avatar.
Virgo, I do have to
Better
say that
somebody.
I don't really consider those white knights. If they're your friends standing up for you, those aren't your white knights.
Mhm.
The white knights are
Mhm.
people that
Yeah.
are stopping you from having a good time. They are defending you without without your you're not asking for it. You don't need the protection, but they're going out of their way to protect you.
Mhm.
And they think they have your better
Well,
interests in mind more than you do.
oh yeah, like it's like we basically consider everyone from Zodiac like family
Yeah.
and very close friends of ours. So like when I'm saying like the white knighting and all that, like uh, pretty much like that's what I'm saying. It's like like they'll stand up and they'll protect and everything like that. Not so much as like being like don't talk to her like that, like
My
like.
lady.
But no, but yes, yeah, no, we don't have any of that. No, a lot of these people are really good friends that we've
Yeah.
known for a very long time. We trust and we consider family.
Okay. And so, Frost, since you're late, please ask our guests
Yes.
your iconic
Oh, look,
question.
he's not even here.
The question that you always ask our guests. Please ask them.
What do you mean?
Please ask your
Oh,
iconic
okay.
question that you ask every episode, Frost.
Well, okay. So what questions have been asked, just so I don't repeat a question?
We did pretty much
Just
been
ask
talking
your
about
most iconic one.
the beginnings, about the first start on VR chat in terms of dancing
Okay,
and
tell
the
me
club.
something you don't remember.
Shut
Oh my god,
up.
not that one.
Shut up
This
with that
dude asks
stupid
the same
question.
fucking question during Truth or Dare every single time, and he thinks he's so original. Oh.
Hmm.
But
Okay, hold on. There we go.
Oh, but actually,
Um,
speaking of which, it kind of relates to. Oh, go ahead, real quick.
okay, yeah. So, a quick question. How
Hmm.
is it, so with you're the owner of, Club Zodiac, yes?
Mhm.
Yes, I'm the founder.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So how was it like organizing that? How was it like
oh shit,
setting
yeah.
up dancers,
Oh damn.
setting up
It,
just
it when it comes down to like organizing and trying to get everything to where it's like perfect, uh, it 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 takes like it takes planning. We
Yeah.
actually go throughout the week of like because we even have like a calendar even when the next month comes in. I'm the one that makes the calendars, uh,
okay.
and then that's how we end up showing everybody like this is our events on because we have an event every week. The only times that we like I told them it's like the only times that we don't have an event is on Mondays and Wednesdays. Thursdays is our IMAX theater where it's actually owned by Rachel Price, who is our head designer. I wanted Rachel Price to be here, but it's too
Oh.
late. They're actually in Denmark.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Oof.
But yeah, Rachel Price is actually the head designer and the map owner. Uh, but yeah, they uh, pretty much like on that's their map that they actually made for the cinema. And then on Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays and Tuesdays, like we have events where it's either talent shows, we throw talent shows. We also do community events with which we do collabs with other clubs as well because we have like a lot of allies. We also do our events on Sundays, which is like Magic Mike and Lethal Ladies, where it's exotic dancing and all that. Um,
Yeah, Frost's been there a couple times.
Tuesdays
He
is
knows.
our. Mhm.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that goes
um,
on behind the scenes too. I mean, for every hour that we
yes,
spend in the game at some sort of
yeah.
official type event, we're
When
spending almost an equivalent hour offline dealing
yeah,
with
with
various issues,
me
talking to our admins,
and
etc.
Yep.
yeah, with
Yeah.
me when it comes down to the Sunday events, like that's actually the one that is practically an all day thing. Like I'm
Yeah.
actually
It's our biggest spend.
taking all of our dancers because we have 22 males and 22 females plus SGE.
Those
The
are stuff.
SGE,
Yeah.
yeah, the
Oh, okay.
SGE are actually our special guest entertainers. They're the
From other
ones
Yep. I
that
know
clubs,
about
right?
basically
60 of
like
those.
yeah. We have a lot of dancers in Club Zodiac. So it takes a lot of organizing on Sundays, especially to see who didn't dance, who did dance last week and
Right.
such
Mm-hmm.
and bringing that all together, having 10 girls for Lethal Ladies, 10 guys for Magic Mike, getting the newcomers to come in and all that, having the times, putting out the announcement, making the posters, seeing who is going to be there, who's not going to be there, what admins is going to be
That sounds
there,
so stressful.
if they can actually help.
Right.
Oh, it's every week.
Yeah, and the
But
thing is
but I love
in
our
addition to
staff.
everything that she's saying, you also there's a large part of the job is the stuff that's kind of behind the scenes that you don't see. It's the managing the people, all
Mm-hmm.
these people that they're
Mhm.
talking about, all these dancers. We have over 100 dancers. I mean, that's just our dancers. I mean, we have the admins. You've got people at various roles, and they all have
Mhm.
personalities and lives and dramas and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Keeping everyone happy.
Mm-hmm. It's super
Yeah,
hard.
when it
Keeping
comes down to the events,
keeping
though,
Yeah.
like
Well,
with
yeah, getting people to show up. I mean, no one's getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's doing this for
Actually,
fun. And so, how do you keep people motivated without giving them money? How do you make this
well,
fun
I
and yet
think you guys did
still
a
get
good job.
stuff
You guys
done?
put their
Yeah.
posters up. You guys promote them in the
yeah,
Discord. You gotta
when
do
it
it. Yeah.
comes down to organization, like we are like on top of that. Like especially with me, I want everything organized. Like if I'm going in there, just like sometimes we'll wing it. But if we're doing an event and it's like oh my god like we're gonna go ahead and go here, we're gonna go here, it's like no, it's like I want it before we start the event. I want the audience, not the viewers, to come in and actually know the times that they're supposed to come in, and that's why
Mm-hmm.
we have a set schedule for that and all this. So it's like everyone already knows our schedules of what time is supposed to be at and this and that. We
So
actually go through the EU time too,
yeah, no, you do
which
cover
that
both
in
times.
itself is yeah, yeah. But we're going off of Germany time when it comes down to the Sundays. Tuesdays it's UK, and because we also have uh, the third Tuesday of every single month, we have a big, huge DJ event.
Yeah,
So
multiple DJs come through.
that, yeah,
Are you ever
yes,
there?
yeah.
No.
Yeah, Frosty, the little
Oh,
DJ on
never.
our side.
Have you
Yeah,
ever?
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, we actually have a lot of DJs that are inside Club Zodiac as well, and we have a DJ channel to where they say like, oh, I want to do it at this time and all that. So it's actually going off of UK time. So it's
Yeah,
like they
UK time is the
know like
best
what
one.
time it's going to be. Yeah, and Sundays is Germany. Tuesdays is always going to be UK, and then I think even like Fridays is UK as well because we start at 4 o'clock, and that's our Avatar themed event. So it's like there's a lot of organizing when it comes down to it, and a
But
lot of times that have to go into it too.
But you know what? I really appreciate that because you know what? You do all the hard work so that everyone can have a good time. And like you were saying earlier, you see, well, Club Zodiac has a family, right? So you make sure
Hmm.
all the hard work is done so everyone can just come in, have a good time. Nyboe takes care of
Yeah.
all the little extra stuff that pops up behind the scenes to make sure everyone else is having a good time while situation
Hmm.
gets handled. And your
Yeah.
guys' recent decision, I won't say recent actually, it's been about a month or two,
Hmm.
about changing Ludi Tuesdays to a non
Yes.
Ludi night, I
Yes.
actually admire because that's a big switch you guys did. You guys definitely lost some
Hmm.
customers on that day, or I mean, well, patrons, I guess. But I see more of a family environment now.
Not so much patrons.
No, I
We
wouldn't
didn't
say we
really
lost
have,
anybody. Yeah.
yeah, we
Really?
didn't
Oh,
have the patrons
No, not at all.
started because the patrons are actually going towards the movie stuff and all that, and also like giveaways that will go
oh, well,
towards the
sorry.
club and all
I,
that. So,
I didn't
or
mean
are you talking
Patreon.
about like
I didn't mean Patreon. I just meant people going there. I didn't mean Patreon.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like we still have some people that like that come for our Tuesday events for like the safe for work, exotic
hmm
dancing stuff.
Oh,
But
absolutely. It's a very popular
but
event.
What
Yeah.
made you guys
yeah,
choose to? You did tell me this before, but just to reiterate yourself, what made you choose
yeah.
to do like take away the Ludi Tuesday and just keep it safe for work night?
Our dancers did not. They like a lot of them. They love doing the exotic dancing. They don't like because even towards Looney Tuesdays, uh, it's like we would have two instances. Our first instance would either be me or the other host. Uh, and it always in our instance, it was like a lap dancing party.
hmm
um, but yeah,
Yeah.
but in the
A safe
other
for work lap dance party.
instance, yeah, it was more safe for work.
A little
But
bit
in the
closer
other
on. Yeah.
one, it wasn't. It was
So
more on the
now
lewd side.
in that lewd side, actually, Cap, you can actually ask your icon a question
Oh.
after this.
Yeah, I got a kind of question to ask most of our guests. I'm not really sure if it'd be applicable to you guys, but how many different people have you ERP'd with?
Um,
Everyone has answered. You guys,
Yeah.
it's a safe environment. It's VR chat.
Feel
yeah,
comfortable
no.
saying that?
I'm gonna pass on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that too. That's more personal.
Okay.
But speaking of which, you guys got rid of your ERP event thing, right? We have
Yes,
like a
that was the
similar
Lady
rule
Tuesday.
here. We have like a rule here where you're not supposed to ERP in the lobby, and that's not a rule that we just made up randomly. That is because people just kept doing it. I
hmm
don't know why they do it, but they kept doing it.
Hmm.
Chances are
Do
there
you
might be
guys have a
Yeah.
someone
problem at your
European
clubs
there.
and events where people just like sneak off in the back or like right in the main lobby? They just start going at it.
Well,
Every
no,
once in a
because
while.
like
Not in general.
Not in general.
no, because usually like even at our safe for work events, everyone's usually just dancing. Like
Right. Yeah.
that's all they're doing.
It's
They're
not a
just
big
doing.
problem.
No, it's not a big problem at all. And if they do want to do anything, they'll actually leave to go and do
Yeah.
stuff. Like
Right.
because a lot of our uh, hello.
Hello. Do we know
Ooh,
this?
hey, dude.
Rack,
Not
please
Right.
there, but
hop in the audience. Well, Virgo, Nyboe. So I actually had a friend go to a Club Zodiac Ludi Tuesday event, and he brought back I won't say horror stories, but he brought back a story. He told me
Mm-hmm.
he entered a lobby. I'm not sure he joined off. It could have been. I don't think it was you, Virgo. I think it was another person. He entered a room and he saw Minecraft, like five Minecraft thieves around one girl, and some weird noises were happening. So, what is the weirdest thing you've ever seen at your guys' own club? What is your yes? I have well, I think we can say it. Dirty Dan is the one that brought me that story. But
It was Dan.
yes.
Well, I will say what you're describing sounds actually completely plausible, but it would have been done in jest as a complete meme.
Oh,
Mhm.
maybe.
actually have.
Because yeah, we
I
do
wasn't there.
do
100%.
memes.
Yes,
We do
absolutely.
memes.
Mhm.
And that was actually
with,
pretty common on our side of the instance. That was the kind of stuff
yeah,
that would happen in
it
our.
wasn't like serious.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, what is the weirdest
It
thing
was
you
more
guys
for
seen in your
laughs.
own club in
Yes.
terms of like memeing, funny?
We try to have fun. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, for memes, I guess like it was for the Sunday event when our
Yeah.
dancers came out as a meme. They were all thumbs
Oh, I've seen
from
that. That is hideous. I.
from the Spy Kids,
Mhm.
which like I love our dancers and I look forward to the memes all the time
Yeah.
at the end of the
So.
show, like all the time.
Mhm. Sexy Sunday was
We
the
end
first place
we
I saw
end
that at.
every one of our shows with a meme. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
always have.
We want it to be serious, but we also want people to loosen up and it to be funny as well too. And also it also gives our dancers a way of pretty much being themselves. Like
Yeah.
they don't have to be like, oh well, I have to watch what I wear. I have to do. It's like no, you
And who
be
doesn't
yourself.
enjoy to laugh? I mean, everyone enjoys to laugh. And it's all
Yeah.
about. And in the end, it's all about having fun. So.
Mhm.
Mhm.
No, it's all about having fun, and you guys definitely bring a fun environment.
Another question. Another question I sort of had to follow up on the kind of like question with clubbing and everything like that. How did Club Zodiac come to
Oh,
be
yeah.
founded? Like, was it a group of people?
No.
Was it like
It-
you yourself decided?
When I wanted to leave the other club due to some stuff that was going on,
Dirtiest dancers.
I pretty much was I didn't like the whole neglectful of
Desktop users.
desktop users.
They were very discriminatory
didn't-
towards
yeah.
desktop users.
I didn't like that. I wanted it to be a place of where everyone can come to. They can be themselves. They're not judged. And if they're dancing a certain way, they are welcomed and they know that they are safe and all that jazz. So when we were actually at this one club and I was talking about the idea to one of my friends, and then all of a sudden, like a whole group of us started talking about stuff and everything like that, and then we all started forming ideas and all that, and then it was actually Nyboe that was like, "Oh, it's like." What about Zodiac? Because, my name is Virgo. And I'm always talking about the Zodiac signs. I'm always talking about, it's like, oh, this is what Virgo means. This is what Leos mean. This is Libra. So pretty much with Zodiac, it means it goes towards everyone. It's not like it's like a place of where it's like oh we can learn about the zodiacs. It's like yes you can learn about the zodiacs, but it's actually going towards it's welcoming everybody
It's all
because everyone has a zodiac sign. And I also wanted it to be special too, where you come into our club and the birthstone and also the zodiac sign for that month is representing anybody that is inside that month. Like right now, we have it representing Sagittarius right now.
Hell yeah.
So anyone that is Sagittarius, they'll see that their birthstone is actually the color in there, which is like a turquoise and a zircon. I know there's zircon and turquoise. So they'll basically you see like oh it's representing me. it's like, yes, my month. It's my month right now. It's like, and
Yeah.
everyone gets really excited about that. They do. So we wanted it to be where it's about about the people, welcoming everybody inside of the club, where desktop users can come in, VR users, full body users can come in. Also welcoming the DJs as well, because we want, the DJs to be recognized
Mhm.
for that as well too, because they do a hard work. Like they do really really hard, like hard working inside Vrchat, especially with their streams and
Oh, for
everything like
sure.
that too. So we wanted them to be recognized as well. And yeah, it's like it just started forming. It's like, okay, well, who's going to do like, graphic designing? We had somebody that's been there since, day one, which is Glue. And it's like, okay, who's going to be our head designer? At that time, it was actually Vera Vegeta, who was our head designer. Then it moved over to somebody else, and now it's Rachel Price,
Mhm.
who's going to do 3D modeling, and moved over to RoboCat. And then from there on, it's like, okay, it's just, place after place after place, being like, okay, who can do this, who can do that, and then
Right.
everyone comes together, and then all of a sudden we had avatar creation. Nyboe was doing the avatar creation first, and then he was also hosting and all that with me. So it's like, okay, and then that's when he became a manager and everything like that too. So
Mm.
from the beginning, it's like it was slowly forming
And it grew
a
bit by bit.
group that
Mhm.
actually has been there since day one.
Now,
Oh, when did Zodiac get founded?
oh yeah,
Or
what's the
when
date?
It
was
was
it
in
or
it was June it was June 20th, 2018, and then July
oh wow.
16th is when we stepped foot in the very first Zodiac room per se. Like you can actually walk on it and all that. And some people did actually see the
Mm,
first um,
I
version
remember
of
it.
Club Zodiac. But yeah, it's like it's been there since, yeah, we already had our anniversary and all that. So once it'll be coming in 2 years, so in
Oh
June
wow.
and
Mm.
Okay, yeah.
July 16th, and so
So,
yeah.
what were some for both you, Nyboe and Virgo? In case someone else wants to start their own club, because a lot of people have started making their own clubs. A lot more full body dancers want to, start dancing. More clubs
hmm
have opened up. What is some
hmm
early difficulty that you guys had that you guys wish you guys knew when you guys first started out as your own club?
I don't think we had any
Yeah, I
difficulties.
don't think.
No,
Yeah.
No, I don't remember any
smooth
difficulties.
sailing.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Yeah, I don't think there's any difficulties at all.
The thing is that it was the same thing then as it is now. It's a group of friends. At its
Mhm.
core, when you clear all
Mhm.
the rest of it away, it's a group of friends hanging out and having a good time, and that's really all it is.
Mhm. I think also on top of that, if anyone is starting out their clubs and everything like that too, is to think about if you're gonna have an event, even if it's 3 people, 5 people, make it an amazing time.
That's it. I like
Like
that.
don't think
I
like
like that right
it's
there.
like don't think like
Mhm.
it's like don't think like, oh, this is a waste, like what the hell. It's like we made the calendar, we did this, we did that. Where is everybody? It's word of mouth that will get out there
Hmm.
too. If you're having a good time and then all of a sudden you make it either friends plus or invite plus, and then their friends come in, and then you're just like having a great time, you're over here like woo, like dancing and everything like that, and everyone's like, hey, these people are cool. Do you guys have a Discord? Do you have like what is this like?
That's it. Yeah.
It's like, do you guys have events every single month? Like, so it's that. And I don't know if you wanted me to still go on about it. Like, I want you to talk too. So,
I
um,
guess.
go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
all right. All right. So, well, I guess you said something about that word of mouth thing. That actually really hit a lot. When I first started hearing about you guys, I heard about you guys a lot. You guys were in everybody's mouths at the time when you guys started blowing up.
I
And I
love
guess my
Daddy
question
Cat.
is,
I
how do you guys react
love
to
Daddy
people
Cat.
calling you guys your chat famous? Because I don't think
I
there's
don't.
not anybody who's like not
I
heard of you
don't
guys.
like. I don't even think like I'm VR famous,
Oh,
and
oh no,
like Naiba was the
you're
same
VR
way.
famous.
Like,
Oh, you are
No, not at all.
absolutely. No one,
Yeah.
every single person, like, and I don't
The
mean this like,
wholesome
no one
Virgo,
has talked about
the
you
amazing
guys as
Virgo.
much as I heard you guys. Like, you are a guy. Your club is in everybody's mouths, at least from what I hear.
Hmm.
I don't hear this from anybody else. And Watermelon Eye and Frosty, I guess we can all attribute to this, but we pretty much hear you guys are like the best, and yeah, people
Fun
don't talk
times,
about you
wholesome
guys.
times. You guys
Hmm.
have no
Well,
problems.
that's
You guys make sure everyone has a good time, especially
oh,
when.
Yeah,
I try really hard to
Mhm.
eliminate the problems before they become problems.
Yeah,
And that's
no,
what I was talking about, the things that go on
me
behind the
too.
scenes.
well,
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah,
I'm talking about,
me
Nybo.
too.
Like
Mm.
normally on VR chat, I have my ear and everything. Like I hear this happened, that happened. Pretty
Yep.
much,
Yep.
Club Zodiac has the least amount of like
Of
stuff popping
drama.
up.
That's what
Yeah.
we call it, drama.
Well,
Yep.
I call it drama
Drama. We
too,
Yeah,
call it.
we
but
we
VR chat
tried to
drama.
yeah.
We squash it in its infancy.
Yeah,
But
once it's there and we notice it, we squash it. Or if it's like
Yep.
within like the staff or within the entertainers or anything like that, we squash it like right there and then because
Yeah.
we talk and communication is always key. And I tell this to every single person. It's like
yep.
communication is key. If you're not communicating and you're keeping this inside and then you're here like if like I have a problem with you and then I go over to Frost and I'm just like, hey, that watermelon guy, like what the, it's like
Oh,
no, it's
Aaron
like
does that already.
if
Don't
I have a
worry.
problem no, it's like if I'm talking about
Oh my God.
if
Every
I
other
have a
day
problem.
with this guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if I have a problem, it's like I want to talk to you about it. Be like, hey, watermelon. It's like I felt very, blah 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 the other day. Could we
Mhm.
talk about it? So it's like we try to squash it before it becomes like a big, huge problem to
Yeah.
where people are either quitting or they're leaving or it's like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we
I
try
have a
to.
couple of ironclad rules that I kind of adhere to, and it's really simple rules. And one of
What
them
are your
is that we
rules?
don't get involved in people's relationship dramas. And
Yeah.
so, someone breaks up, and they come to us and go, "Oh, they're being mean to me. They're stalking me. They're what? You know what? That's between you two. You don't like each other.
Yeah,
Fine. Block.
it's a
Mhm.
personal
You block
thing.
him. You
Yep.
block you. Problem solved. Don't bring it to us. That has nothing to do with us. That's your own issue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
That is a
things
great rule.
and then the things that happen outside of our club. You're like,
Oh yeah.
oh, we such
Mhm.
and such did such and such at such and such's place, and we
Well,
want
that's
you to
not
do
Club
something about
Zodiac.
it. Go, you know what? That didn't happen at our
Yeah,
place.
we pretty
Why are
much
you
like
bringing it to us?
we like the warnings, but it's like we will actually we'll watch that person, and
Yeah.
once that person does
Oh yeah,
something, then it's like, oh well, we were warned about you about this, and we gave you guys a chance because we are always giving chances.
Yeah.
We
yes,
always give at
absolutely,
least
yeah.
like
You
yeah, we're
gotta give it a
always giving
second chance at
chances.
least. Mhm. For most people, not
Yeah,
everyone.
like we'll hear it
Right,
out and
3, 4,
everything.
5 chances
But
sometimes.
but actually, on
Yeah.
what Cap was saying about how pretty much he couldn't, he heard your name from everyone. Everyone's got you guys on your mouth. You guys have like a
Mhm.
great reputation. I don't know if you want to talk
Mhm.
about this, Virgo. I'll let you dictate. But the unfortunate situation where one of the dancers, the male dancer, committed suicide. Do you want to talk about that at all? About how you guys reached out
I
behind the
I do
scenes?
not
Okay.
want. All I
Mhm.
can say about that, like I won't talk about the other side, but I will talk
Mhm.
about like he was an amazing dancer
Mhm.
and we love him to death,
He was
and
a good friend.
we still and we still tell everybody about his dancing. Even we have videos of when he was dancing as well too. But yeah, we pretty much don't say anything about all the other stuff that happened, but just the good things
No, no.
about him.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, we even have his his avatar inside of the club, where you can actually go in there and see all the pictures of him with like everybody from our events, from his
Real life
friends, and
photos
all
too.
that. Yeah,
Mhm.
and his real life
Yeah.
photo of what
Yeah.
he looked like
Yeah.
in real life. So
Be-
people can actually pay their respects over there too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Be-
out of respect to him, those who loved him, that were close to him, and his family, we don't want to elaborate too much.
Yeah, no. I'm not
Mhm.
asking to elaborate. I just wanted to kind of
Right, right,
touch
right,
upon it, just saying how you guys don't like
right,
to
right.
forget about it, put in the closet, and move on. You guys remember the good people. Remember, keep them in your lives,
Mhm.
and
Absolutely, yeah.
make sure that everyone feels special one way or another. So I just wanted to
Yeah.
touch upon that
Well,
part.
it's like yeah, 'cause it's like with me, it's and even with Nyboe, it's like we're both parents, and with me, I'm very
Yep.
motherly, and I'm very caring, and I know how it is in the real world where people are like either going through anxiety, depression, and thoughts of like, like dark thoughts in their head, I want them to know that this is a safe haven for them to be at. They can come and talk to me if they want to. If they want advice, I will be there for them and give them advice if they need it.
And she does
I'm
constantly.
pretty much a person.
Yep,
I'm
nope, she does.
a person that, yeah, I'm pretty much a person for them to actually vent, because I don't want anyone keeping anything inside to where they feel like, oh, well, I'm alone. I'm keeping this all to myself. I can't speak about anything. No one cares about me. No one does this. It's like, no, it's like, because I care. And I don't want anything happening to anybody whatsoever, even when it comes to this game.
Yeah, no,
And
I got a couple of friends.
yeah.
I got a couple of friends who became
Go ahead,
dancers
go.
for Club Zodiac, and I won't say who they were exactly, but you definitely reached out to them, and they're a lot more happier now. Actually, having someone to actually,
Oh, well,
reach out and care
I'm glad.
definitely helps out.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
glad.
But yeah, on to a happier topic. Frost, hit them with another iconic topic that you always have ready.
Oh my gosh.
So you said you basically started with a friend group, with Club Zodiac. So like, did you ever like have any like recruitment methods, or was it all through like word of mouth, just like friend to friend, kind of just spreading word that way? Or did you like go out and kind of try to recruit
We
people?
used to
We
go out
actually used
quite
to,
often to public worlds.
yeah,
Yeah.
we would
Yeah.
basically like when
You guys
I
still
was
do
done
that.
with like Dirty Dancers, yeah, when I was done with Dirty Dancers, I would pretty much go out and dance and pretty much do exactly what I'm doing now, with a whole
We would
bunch of
just do
people.
it at the hub or wherever. Yeah.
Yeah, we would go to
Yeah.
we would go over to the pug,
Pug. Yeah.
or we would go over to the box, or it's like, and we pretty much like say, it's like, oh yeah, we're from Club Zodiac and everything like that. So it's basically like not doing anything like on stream. It's actually doing what we
Just having
all
fun in
usually
game.
did, like when I met you at the Void, when he
Yeah.
told me about you at the Void. That's basically how we would do it. We're pretty much like the old-fashioned way, where it's like we're actually meeting the people face to
Actually,
face,
the very
talking to them,
first
letting them know.
the very first like big group interaction I ever had with Zodiac was everyone was in like a mailman avatar with a little with a little
Oh
you
my
know
God.
Yeah, the UPS package.
the UPS
Yeah,
package
I know
man,
exactly
yes.
what you.
And the
That's
bell
the
drops
sexy
out.
avatar.
Yeah, that's Lavixen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
love
Lavixen and
Oh
all
my
them.
gosh, I
Yeah,
love that
And
guy.
that's the
yeah,
very first
they're
time
He's
amazing.
amazing
I actually
avatar.
saw you
He's
guys
the
all
best
together,
of
and I was like,
enablers. Oh my
this is
god.
I
great.
can't hear
Oh
what.
no, I just said this is great. You guys are actually having fun, and that's actually my first time ever seen like a group of you in a public world. So I was like, okay, interesting. And then this is when I actually saw you guys
we
first blowing
we
up.
Yeah, well, we like to go to public worlds a lot, but usually when we go to the public worlds, it would either be the pug or the void even, but the void has been very toxic. So
It's
we
always
would usually
toxic.
make a
Pug.
public, or we'd usually make a public void for ourselves, and then have people join like that. And that's pretty much how you
Yeah.
seen us, because that
That's
was
how I met you
actually
too, yeah.
we actually we were at that was on a Thursday, so we were actually doing our dancing thing, of where we actually go out into the public and pretty much
Yeah.
dance.
We go to the pug and dance. We're gonna make probably 5-10 friends instantly.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's
absolutely.
But yeah, you were actually at one of the things of what we were doing.
I
like
was very
spreading the word of,
surprised to see all you
dancing and all
guys in a public. To be honest, normally you guys are friends.
Mhm.
Well, most dancers, not saying
Oh, yeah.
Club Zodiac, friends plus just to reduce the lag, But you guys actually want to include more people, so I'm all for it.
Yeah, but it usually gets like, even with our DJ events and our Friday events and all that, like we want to keep it friends plus, because
We
we
try.
love to see new people come in and meet them and all that. But then you get those people, they're toxic and they're
Yeah,
wanting to crash everybody just because.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's like there's no reason. It's like they just want to crash just because.
yeah.
So
Just because.
then it forces us to do like either friends only or invite plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is really sad because I mean it'd be different if we had done something to someone, they have some sort of vendetta against us, but that's never the case. It's just
No.
some random person that just showing up trying to ruin other people's good time, and it forces us to go into an invite room when we would
Rather be
prefer
in
to be in
public.
public in
Hmm.
meeting new people, and so people are saying, well, you're in
Mhm.
private rooms all the time. To go, well, because we're being forced to basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But usually if
unfortunate.
it's like a private, yeah, but usually if it's a private room, like we'll either have it as invite plus so that, people can still invite their friends and then we're like, hey, how are you? And then we get to meet them like that.
Hmm.
It sucks that it's like that, but also on top of that, with our exotic dancing, we're trying to not bring in any,
Oh,
like
that's
underage kids or anything like that
absolutely.
either.
18
So it's
plus,
like
yes.
I am, yeah, once I see someone that's underage, I go into mom mode just like that. I'm like,
Hmm.
Yeah.
excuse
Well, like
me.
she
It's
said,
like
we're both
homework.
parents in real
Hello.
life, and so we're very sensitive to.
It's like
We don't think
Yeah.
we don't. We feel pretty strongly that children have no
So,
business around
actually,
yeah.
that's
anything of an
another
adult nature.
question I have. How about drinking technically underage in the States, 18 to 21? You guys okay with it?
hmm
You guys, do you go mom mode? What's the situation there?
Um, when it comes down to the drinking, I can't really control what the kids do at all. Like
Yeah,
it's like
look at you
like some
kids.
kids are drinking at like 14 and 15 years old right now. It's like they don't care.
Yeah.
It's more of the whole exotic dancing
Okay.
because it's more, seductive
Yep.
and all that. I don't feel comfortable at
No,
all.
Yeah.
no one
That's
does.
when
No one
Me
does.
either.
that's when my mom mode comes in, and I'm like, excuse me, no, you're not watching this. They're like, but I've seen it before. I'm like, well, where's your parents? Hello, I'm your parent now, so
So
get out of
actually,
here. So,
so um,
So,
since you guys actually
I
in the
guess.
earlier, oh sorry, Cap, can I say one thing?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure, go ahead.
One thing that you guys mentioned earlier is that you guys are in a RP relationship, role play relationship. Do you guys have like an
yeah,
RP family,
Mhm.
kids, mother, dad, wife? I mean, well,
a
second
lot of
wife.
a lot of people they say, mom, like they call me, like a lot of the dancers they call me mom because I'm very motherly. Other people they're like, oh mom, how are you? And they're like they hug me and everything like that. I'm like, I'm good, but really, it's like no, we didn't have like a child where it was a baby and then all of a sudden like the child's like growing. It's like no,
Okay.
we've never really done that, but he can talk about that.
Well, how did?
Well, like she said, there's a ton of people that refer to us as their mom or dad in the game. There may
Hmm.
be 50, I would say.
That's a lot of children. Shit.
um, yeah, but like I said, it's very unofficial. It's just
Yeah.
randomly someday they'll just start
Well,
calling us mom or dad, and we
Yeah.
embrace that, and we're okay with that.
don't you guys ever get like bored of this current situation though? Do you want to try new things? Like doing the same thing day and out.
What?
Like so you guys do the club
Hmm.
Monday to
Oh,
Friday, well Monday to Sunday pretty much every day. But don't you guys ever get
Hmm
like feel like it gets stale and try something new? I'm not saying get a RP family or anything, but like what do you guys do to keep things different, interesting, fresh?
hmm Pretty much when it comes down to it, the Tuesday events, which is the safer work, but then you also have like the third Tuesday, like I said, with the DJ events. So it's like we have different DJs coming in all the time, so that's very different. The movie events, that's always different too because now like the community is picking a movie. There can be a movie that's like scary, romance, and all that. So that's on Thursdays. So that's very different. When it comes down to the Friday events, which I love, uh, it's the different themes
Okay.
every single week.
So every week
So
you're
it's
just invested
like,
in the event
Yeah.
itself, and
yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, and then I also spend countless hours working on our avatars. I do mine and
hmm
Virgo's avatars, and as
Yeah.
well as the club's avatars. And then also I'm a world builder, so I do other things besides the club that I think are of as my hobbies that I have an interest in. So
okay, okay, I feel it. And
all
Cap,
right.
sorry, you got a question?
So like, yeah, I just had a quick question. So you guys said you guys had like kids in real life. What's it like juggling
Yeah.
kids and like also like this game? Because this is kind
Oh,
of like
it's easy.
almost like a full-time job for you.
It's easy. I multitask. I'm
Damn shit.
really good at multitasking.
Damn.
Yeah, because when it's like
Same.
in the mornings, it's like I take my son to school because I have two kids. It's like I have a 7-year-old and a 2-year-old, and I'll take my son to school. My little girl will be with me. I'll feed her and everything like that. While I'm trying to get like posters, trying to do the calendars and everything like that done. Still spending time with her, trying to teach her ABCs and the one two
Mhm.
threes and singing to her and everything like that. Then I'll go into Vrchat, hang out with him, hang out with a lot of our friends and all that jazz while she gets to bed and all that too. And then when she wakes up, then I go into mom mode again, get off and all that, spend time with her, feed her. And then it's like I have a real life, husband. So it's like, he'll come home and he'll actually, help out with the kids while I have an event because he's actually asking me like, oh, it's like, do you have
Okay,
an
that's good.
event today? And it's like, yes. It's like, yes, I have it a time at like 4 o'clock or 7 o'clock or something like that. So,
Did you have to convince
so he
him?
knows.
Like, tell him this is important to me. I want to focus on it, or was he on board right away?
No, he's on board right away because he knows I'm very passionate when it comes down to the club as well. Because now we're trying to bring the club on Mondays to where we're having our talk show, which we'll be able to
I do want to check that out
get
after the
to
world.
know. Oh yeah. We'll be able to have the audience get to know who is actually in Club Zodiac and who they are, and it's not just going towards the entertainers; it's actually going towards everybody.
The staff
We're
behind the
talking about
scene.
people that
Right.
do commissions, the staff,
Yeah, the
people that do
DJs, the
commissions, the
security,
DJs, yes.
artists, everybody
So,
associated with the club.
actually,
Absolutely.
so
But yeah,
listen, my friend Frost, he's kind of shy. Do you mind if you guys could squeeze
Oh
him in
my
for a
God.
DJ event? You know,
We would love to have
we
you.
would love to have you.
he's really
We
talented.
welcome everybody's style. We welcome everyone's style.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
welcome
well, he's a bit
electric
old.
swing. We
He's a
welcome
bit more old school.
hardcore.
He's like early 2000s a
Oh,
bit,
okay.
Yeah.
but you know.
Oh,
Virgo's
hell yeah,
favorite's
dude.
country though.
Yeah,
You
it's
gotta
signal.
play Old Town
No,
Road at least
I'm.
once for Virgo.
Don't let him fool you. He's lying. But anyway, no, I do not like country, and he knows that.
Would that be fine?
Well,
Go ahead, I can't hear you.
Mafia
You were saying
music, like just like old school mafia music.
Oh
maybe some
yes,
jazz,
Oh,
I
nice.
love
like
that.
old school
I
jazz
love
era.
the jazz music.
Yeah.
I love that. I love the swing, and I love the old. Oh my God, what's that guy's name? Um. Oh my God, it's something Moocher. Vinny the Moocher.
Moocher.
Oh my God, I think that's his name. Yeah, Moocher.
Oh.
It's like adi 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 ah.
Oh,
It's like
Mr. Cap,
so.
is your stream okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
These people are coming in.
Oh, Ladybug, I haven't seen her in like years, but I'll talk to you later, okay? Mwah. But yes, Frost.
Go ahead.
Another question that I kind of had.
For me?
So
Okay.
I don't know if this has been asked yet, but
Mhm.
in addition with founding the club, how did
Mhm.
each one of you guys get into Vrchat as just like a game?
All right. Well, I found VRChat in 2017. So I just got done having my child in October because I used to be a part of AMD. I used to stream for AMD and all that. So once I had my child, because I got really, really sick in 2017. So it's like, I wasn't really streaming for AMD that much anymore, and I was taking care of my newborn. And then it was like, sitting at home and going through, the postpartum depression sort of stage. I ended up finding VRChat because it was like, I had my Vive, and I would usually play a lot of VR games. Like I would play Arizona Sunshine, and alt space and all that too. And I was like, well, it's like I love alt space and it's great, but I don't want to be a robot
Yes.
forever. so I ended up like looking and being like, well, I like these types of games. So because I used to go on PlayStation Home as well, and then they took that off the market, and I was like, oh great. So I was like, okay, what else is there? So then that's how I found VR Chat, which is in November. Yeah.
And I like Nyboe's story. Nyboe, please
Yeah.
tell Frost how you found VR chat.
Oh, you want to tell the story again? Okay. Well,
Yeah, yeah.
basically,
He
I
was late.
was I had VR before I played VR chat, which is unusual. Most people would get it after they experience VR chat. They want to become more and more involved. But in my case, I was on a business in real life, and I was working out of a home office, and I was just trying to make my day-to-day life a little more interesting. I could do so much on my desktop in a virtual environment. And so that was why I got VR, because I wanted to be able to do my work that I would usually do in just my home office, from on a beach or on top of a mountain or in space or wherever I wanted to be. I don't have to be trapped in a room all day long. So that was my original thought. That's why I bought VR.
Mm.
And after I got VR and was doing that, I was just curious, what else can I do with this? And I just kept looking at the Steam list and the other list of the top games that were in VR, and this game kept popping up at the top of that list over and over and over again, week in and week out, month in, month out. And I eventually just got curious and just tried it out. And I came in. I'd never played a game of this nature, a social type game, and I was just hooked right off the bat. It completely meshed with my personality. I'm what I consider like a people watcher in real life. I like to
Mm.
watch people and get to know them and all their quirks and stuff. And this really, there's something about this game. Maybe it's the anonymity of being behind an avatar,
Mhm.
but people will open up to you more in this game than they will ever will in real life.
That's why I enjoy it so
And it
much.
gives
Yeah.
you a chance. Yeah, it gives you a chance to get to know people, especially people you maybe would discount immediately in real life, on a more personal level. And I've found the whole process amazing. How many people are just amazing if you give them a chance.
Hmm. A lot of amazing people
Yeah.
around the globe. But actually, um,
Mm-hmm.
Virgo, what? This is a question that's been on my mind for a while. So it's kind of like a two-part question. One,
Mm-hmm.
since you got so many dancers where you're juggling, you find out which dancers dance one week, and then putting the one that didn't dance on
Mm-hmm.
for another week. Have you ever thought about just doing one day a week on uh other VR games that also support full body, similar to VR chat, but Neos VR,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Lavender, etc.,
Uh,
etc.?
See, I went into NAS VR close to like the beginning of it because I'm really good friends with Outsider,
Mhm.
and he's pretty much a part of the management team on there. Uh, and then there was High Fidelity and all that too.
Yeah.
But I never really thought of bringing all the stuff that we're doing with Club Zodiac over to the other platform games because not a lot of the dancers they're all about like even High Fidelity I think it's down. I think it's gone
I
or
think it's
something
down. I
like
think it's
that.
down. They didn't have a good player base.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, so it's like there's that, and then with Neos VR, they're still getting on their feet as well too. So, but I don't think a lot of the dancers are even on that. They're all
mhm.
about VR
Yeah.
chat, and there's something about VR chat that
Yeah.
that will keep them actually being like more interested, and then going to another VR social platform game because it's like now they have to transfer all of their avatars that
Yeah.
might or might not work. Now it's like we don't even know if like dynamic bones and all that stuff that make us like look all cutesy and everything like that are there. We're not sure. So, um, but
Okay.
yeah,
And
but that's the reason of why. Yeah.
the second part of my
Go ahead. Go ahead.
question was, what do you want? Where do you want to take Club Zodiac? So, are you just happy about being on VR chat, known as one of the better clubs to go to a family environment,
Mm.
or as VR progresses, do you feel like you're gonna follow the trend? Do you feel like you're always gonna be part of Club Zodiac? Where do you feel
Mm.
like you are gonna be in Club Zodiac's future? Pretty
Ooh,
much.
good
When it
question.
when it comes down to like Club Zodiac, what we're trying to get it to where people that want to know about VR and about all the full body stuff because when you come into full body, the dancing is pretty much where it's at. Like that's where you're mostly going to learn about the full body and all that too. But when it comes down to future, I really want a lot of the dancers to be noticed for either, getting jobs and all that as well too, of like with their dancing, because a lot of them are like it's amazing, like what they can do in VR. Like they can do
That's so
flips,
true.
they can do handstands, they can do all sorts of stuff.
Dance on the
And
pole.
there's a lot of and there's a lot of companies out there that are looking for people that actually can do that. And it's amazing to even know that their face is covered while they're doing that in
Oh yeah,
IRL. So
it's
it's like
so
they
insane.
can't see what it like, so they know what is like, what to do when all that comes in.
And they often
But
break
yeah,
their
that's
equipment.
why.
You'd be
Oh, go
surprised how
ahead.
many people that we know have broken their
Oh,
equipment and
I know,
replaced it
I know.
almost immediately.
I
Yeah.
got my
So
Because
when
friends
it
they
who
comes,
also
love
have
it.
the pole.
Yeah, they
They
love
break
it.
their trackers all the time. They just buy a new one.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
They just love it.
But when it comes down to like the future, that's why we like we're trying to do like the news thing with like the talk show, so that their names can get out there towards like what while we're on Twitch and all that too, that people can actually see who they are, and then ask us like, oh, it's like start up a Twitch channel and this and that for them, so that they can actually get a following as well too, and make it a job
That's good.
of that,
That's
of what
amazing.
they're loving to do. So it's like we're actually thinking ahead for not just us, but also for everyone
You
that
know
will
what?
be,
Oh, absolutely. We're
involved.
often
That's
think
a
of everyone else.
that's a proper way to use a platform.
Much of what we do,
Help everyone.
much of what we do is actually for other people. It's not necessarily for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
We're
that.
thinking, because like I said, we're not paying people. We have to keep them motivated. We have to figure out what is it that motivates people. What makes people want to show up? What makes people want to do these things for us? And we have to figure out what those things are. And then we add events and we add activities to keep them interested, to keep them coming back and helping us and being a part of us and hanging out with us.
So it's like we just want them to be noticed, especially even if it is in in VRChat, word of mouth goes through VRChat like wildfire. So once their name
also
is
very
out,
appreciative too. I mean, if someone has worked really hard, like Rachel, for instance. I mean, or Hasty,
yeah, Rachel's name has been
countless hours. I mean, we want to make sure that they get the recognition that they deserve because they are so amazing and they've done so much for us, far more than many employees that I actually have paid good money to in real life.
So it's like we just want their name to be spread out into like the VRChat community, to where people are noticing them and they actually can because there is people that are on here that are game developers and game designers. They basically like work at studios. They want to know what the VR is all about. So a lot of these and especially like the artists, like the artist world is very high up there right now because everybody wants
I'm
art
never doing the 90-day
from a
challenge.
lot of these
I can't be like
artists.
Cap. I'm
And
sorry, Neo.
you get really good money from doing the commissions as well too. So we want to spread their name out like wildfire, because then now they're being noticed for their artwork and their hard work and everything like that. Their name is getting out there. Then you have the avatar creators. There's the commissions. Who can make me an avatar? That's like the most questions that we get asked. It's like, how can I get an avatar and this and that, yada yada. So it's like their name gets spread like wildfire. And it's like, oh, well, this person was just like on our show on Monday and this and that. They do an amazing job with their avatar creation. They've actually came to a lot of our themed events, so you can go ahead and see a lot of their posters and everything like that of what they have created. Like Gunchan, like I'll bring Gunchan into it. Gunchan is an amazing avatar creator, and she also has a world. So it's like her name gets spread like wildfire, and then people come over to her and pretty much want an avatar, and a lot of her avatars are being used right now.
Okay,
absolutely.
So that's what
you were talking about. Where do we see it going? I see it. Well, the way I see it slightly different than Virgo, because I have a slightly different angle on the whole thing. To me, it's just a natural, organic evolution, and so I just see it as processor speeds and graphics cards increase. the average internet speed increases, I see the size of the groups that we can fit into a single room of VR increasing dramatically over time. And so right now we can fit maybe 50 or 60 people in a room before we start lagging down if everyone's using like an optimized avatar. But I can see a point in the not so distant future where we could fit hundreds of people, possibly thousands of people into a room and have an actual concert, just like you would be in real life, but it would be in VR.
That sounds so stressful.
Imagine
Best of luck to you
going to an
guys.
event like that. Well, no, but the thing is that I don't want to just go to that event. I want to be the person hosting that event. I want to be putting on that event that's entertaining thousands of people live.
You know what? I like that. So Virgo and I guess both your guys' view is to help the people that help grew Club Zodiac, but also for Nyboe, you just want to be a rock star. You want Club Zodiac to be as big as possible.
No, I don't want to be the rock star. I want to be the person behind the scenes making it happen.
Yeah. Well, okay, no.
I'll put Virgo out front.
That being said, with how since you guys have one of the most popular clubs on VRChat, have you ever had any affiliation with the VRChat devs or any of the team that
No.
works with VR devs?
No. There was once because of a poster, but then like that's the only time. But other than that, no. A lot of the devs really haven't really came to us about anything really.
Have you thought about potentially,
Talking to them?
Yeah, potentially
I would love.
having it included.
Oh yeah, it's like I would love to talk to them and let them know it's like with our events the way they are, it's like it's not to where it's like going up against like anything like that's bad or anything like that or
absolutely.
And letting them know it's like
we're probably one of the more wholesome clubs in the game, honestly.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I would love to talk to some of the devs. But it's like with me, it's like okay, it's like I don't go after the person. I basically just sit, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Like I'm not going ahead and being like, oh, it's like I need to talk to you. It's like no. It's like if I meet them, then that's when I'll have my moment of being like, hey, it's like I have a question and this and that, yada yada.
So, a question I had, I think I asked this to you guys before, I can't quite remember. Do people IRL know that you guys play VR chat and the role you guys play in, like, Club Zodiac? Do you guys promote
yes,
it?
I told my family. Yeah, I told my family about the club and everything like that, and they even asked me like, do I get paid? I was like, no, I don't get paid for this whatsoever. It's like I don't get paid at all. But when it comes down to like the Discord and everything like that, we have right now it's like let me see this really quick. Last time I checked, it's like 1,800. Well, that might not even be the right. Yeah, it's like 800 plus people in there right now.
1810 or so, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so it's around there, and we try to connect with a lot of the people in there, help a lot of people and everything like that. So it's like I let my family know. It's like what I do with the VR and everything. I have a club.
My family knows also. Yeah, absolutely. They have to know because, like I say, we're juggling various things.
Yeah,
we're missing dinner. But my kids think it's actually kind of cool. My kids are a little bit older than hers, but yeah, they actually think it's kind of cool. So they're on
Have you
board.
ever brought them into VR chat? Took them on a tour?
My not really with Club Zodiac or anything, but earlier on with when Club Zodiac wasn't even a thing, and it was more towards like around 2017, around like December time. My son actually went inside VR chat.
Okay.
And he went and like he turned down, like, and he's very smart. It's like he'll turn down, like, like all of like the volumes and everything like that, and he'll go towards that one Avatar world that has, like,
Oh
Disney and all
yeah.
the video games and everything. So then the only thing that he would always pick would be Pac-Man, and then he picked that, and then he'd just go around the whole entire worlds. And there was like the snow world that he used to go to that you can just go like sledding and everything like that. And so yeah, he knows
Okay.
what Vrchat is, but not
Yeah,
now.
I'm a little more even though mine are older, I'm a little more protective of my children, and I don't
Yeah.
think that is a children's game. Honestly, I just don't.
Mm.
So I
But
agree with
having
that.
said
Yeah.
that, I have brought mine into the game in a very very limited capacity, usually to see my worlds or my avatars. So they didn't
Mhm.
actually meet
Mhm.
anyone. They didn't interact with anyone. It was a private world, whatever like that. But hey, I want you to see my new avatar. I want you to see how it moves, how how the hair flows, or come see my new world I just built or something like that. Then yeah, I will bring them in for that.
Um,
Yeah.
I kind of like Virgo's way and your way. I would definitely, not want my anyone under like 14, 15, if I were to have a kid, to actually go on VR
Mhm.
chat and talk to people, because there's some weird people on VR chat. But
Yeah, because now I won't let him in
Yeah.
because it's changed dramatically.
oh
Like,
yeah, it
I'm
changed.
talking about like the earlier times of where like
It was a
no one
smaller
really
community.
knew what this game was.
Hmm.
Yeah, where no one really knew what this game was until the Knuckles thing came out, and then everyone started coming in January.
Hmm.
But around November and December time, that's when he would come on, and
Mm.
and it was very
I show you the way.
calm. Yeah, it was very calm, and like no one was like asking for stuff, and everyone was like all about the game, and it was fun. It is still fun. Like, it's still fun now, but
It is different kind
it
of
was
fun.
it was
Fun for adults.
friendlier. Yeah.
It's yeah.
Hmm.
Mm.
And I kind of like how Nyboe, you showed them like the creation aspect, because hey, that might inspire
Oh,
them
that's
Mhm.
to
what
start
I'm
creating stuff, right?
absolutely.
And if they start creating
Oh,
some stuff,
absolutely. That
you
is
know,
actually exactly why I showed them, because I actually want them to be involved in programming. I want them to be involved in VR. I want them to be fascinated with technology in general, because that's the future.
so now Nyboe, do you
Mhm.
feel like that you contribute to the e-boy stereotype? You got a nice, majestic voice. You got a very amazing
Oh my god.
personality, and you got some good wolf ears on your head.
No,
We are
no,
Oh
foxes,
yes,
no.
yes,
sir.
We
foxes,
are foxes. We are
kitsenades,
foxes.
kitsenades. My
Yeah,
apologies.
I'm a silver fox. Yeah. No, not in my case, because I'm just with Virgo. So and we
Okay.
role play our relationship, and we're just together. So from that aspect, then we don't date around. So
Hmm.
yeah, and
Okay.
like I said, we're both older. It's different for us. I mean, it's not like we're 20 and and just starting out trying to meet somebody. We have families and stuff. So
So, but for you
we're
guys, like low key, like, do you guys have any like females who are you guys can not me, Cap's looking for a young female
Or what?
to settle down with. He's about like
Oh
24.
I
my
think it's
god.
more like this guy.
Okay.
What are you trying to bring up?
we get flirted with all the
Oh.
time. I think it's
Cap's too much
relatively
of an e-boy
harmless
to
because
settle
everyone
down.
knows we're together.
Fuck all
I
Oh,
don't
you.
think
friendly
anyone
flirty.
Get with the audience.
choose.
Fuck you.
Yeah,
Fuck you,
yeah.
Cap.
Oh god.
Okay.
It's like good natured, tongue in cheek type flirting usually when it comes to us too. So.
Mm. Mm.
Okay. I like
yeah,
it.
So also, another thing I wanted to kind of tie into the popularity. Have you guys ever thought about potentially going for like merchandise for Club Zodiac,
Mhm.
potentially like turning it into a
Yes.
non-profit, maybe streaming
Yep.
Yes.
income? Yeah.
Well,
Yes. Right
Virgo is
now.
a streamer. She was a streamer before we
Yeah.
had World Club Zodiac.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
Right now, when it comes down to the merch, we do have it ready, but we're trying to make it to where the shirts and the logo is actually very crisp and high res, and it's
Mm.
not like smeared or fuzzy or anything like that. And
It's important to me that if we're gonna sell something, that it's quality. I don't put my
yeah,
name or have my
I
name
don't want.
associated with something. I want
Yeah,
it to be.
I don't want to.
I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to go ahead and have someone pay some like $20 for a shirt, and then all
And
of a
then be
sudden it's
dissatisfied with it.
like, yeah, it's like
Yeah.
that would break my heart, because I'm like, no, it's
So
like, because we're trying to look for a really good company of where they can actually do that. Like right now we're with Redbubble and all that too.
so when's the Nyboe
You
and
have like
Virgo
a.
body pillow coming then?
Huh? Oh God.
Oh my gosh.
Good
Oh my
quality.
All
goodness.
right.
I gotta.
Oh no.
Oh
Take my money.
I think Frost was saying something. What was that? What you were saying, hon?
Yeah. So, for all the Club Zodiac fans that's out there, do you have a date for when this merch might potentially be available?
Like I said,
Technically, it's available now, or at least some
yeah,
of it
it's
is.
available
Yeah.
now, but the logo we feel is like it's not ready. But once it is, then we will let everyone know. So it's going to be soon. It's not going to be like being like, well, it'll be next year, because we're like close to January.
No,
But,
no, it's closer.
uh,
Closer than yeah.
but yeah, once we get the logo, because we have like a lot of staff in Club Zodiac. So we have a lot of admins, and we have artists and all that too. And
Yeah,
we're actually
absolutely.
talking about that right now, of
Yeah.
where we can actually make the logo to where it is satisfaction. And then once that's done, then that's when, because we also have a merch channel inside our Discord, so that everyone can see it and all that too.
And technically it's live now, but we haven't had like a grand opening kind of thing, because we don't feel like it's just that point yet. So we've actually sold a few things to various people and members and stuff, and people have approached us many times wanting to buy
when's the merch?
Yeah.
When's the merch?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Because we have mugs in there.
Do they feel part of the community? They want to support it. They want to rep it, right?
Well, but they're also proud themselves. I mean, they're just they're proud of what they've accomplished. They are proud of what they're doing. They're proud to be a member, and they want to wear that. And so if they want to wear it, then we want to make that happen for them. So
yeah.
But yeah.
And we've also had some people who wanted some personalized ones. They wanted to go to PAX or something like that, and they wanted like Club Zodiac with their
which we're going to try to do that.
Yeah.
We're trying to see if we can do that for the entertainers, even, so that they can have their names on it. Because we have
T-shirts, jackets. You even ordered a jacket yourself. Remember that?
Yeah, the sweat. Yeah, I have a sweater, but there's mugs in there too. So and also the newsroom. He made pillows inside of the newsroom. Those pillows are actually part of the merch that
we're trying to
we're trying to promote it in a way of okay, this is what is actually going to look like.
You like that pillow? That's available in the merchant store. We're trying to do that with various things inside the club. So you like this T-shirt? You like that jacket? You like that pillow? You can buy that.
Oh, that's an interesting concept.
That actually brings up another good point. You talked about PAX or doing something. Have you guys thought about doing representing Club Zodiac at any events IRL, like maybe TwitchCon, PAX?
When it comes down to the IRL point, I know when I'm from Pennsylvania, but then I moved down to Oklahoma, so there is a lot of our Zodiac community that is on the East Coast, and they live close to where I used to live. And I just recently came from there around October, and I actually got to meet a Zodiac member, Arcantos. So
really?
We were at. He lives in my hometown. So
Experiment back south.
Yeah, and Experiment, when we went to PAX, it was me, Nyboe, Melfia, our friend Jax, and we got to meet Spearmint, who is also part of Club Zodiac, and he is a female dancer. But yeah, when it comes down to a meetup for Club Zodiac, I know when Arcantos we were talking about for the East Coast side, because there's a lot of us that are on the East Coast side. So we were thinking of doing something like that. But yeah, it's always came to my mind of doing like a Club Zodiac meetup because there's a lot of us that are on the East Coast
You
and
should do it at my
also in
place.
Central too. So
Okay. And
Did I hear party at Nyboe's pace?
parties at
The party in
Nyboe.
my place. Well, that's what I do in real life. I own a banquet hall in real
Oh,
life.
that is
So I
true.
mean, literally, we
Oh shit.
literally could
That'd be
do
a
it
mhm.
literally at my place. Yeah.
Wow.
we got some good catering. But actually,
No, I don't do good catering. I just
The
rent the room.
official unofficial announcement. All
Virgo and Nyboe,
right.
would you guys
Mhm.
put your what you guys have done for Club Zodiac on a resume? Let's say you guys had to get a job next week. Would you put owner of Club Zodiac? Would you put manager of Club Zodiac?
I have Club Zodiac stuff on my LinkedIn because basically I'm letting everyone know that I am on VR. So I'm a VR enthusiast. I basically I do a lot of dancing on VR, and I'm also either streaming, which also goes towards Twitch. I'm also editing stuff. So there's that when it comes down to the video aspect of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm letting everyone know that I am a PC enthusiast as well too. So yeah, it's actually on my LinkedIn about Club Zodiac and also videos and all that jazz too.
All
And
right.
then I'm also running a Discord of a lot of people in there. So
How do you put the Discord
I
really? Do you just say that you're good at managing people, or for just to end off on what you said about the Discord? Would you how do you add that to your LinkedIn?
when it comes down to the Discord and managing, basically just organizing, I pretty much put it as like, that I manage the Discord and I'm a founder of the Discord and managing the Discord. So it's like I'm not really like saying anything really about the aspect of Discord,
Ah, okay.
but that I pretty much, like I'm basically like on the social community management sort of aspect. So that's where that comes into as well. Because I'm also telling people that are actually coming into the Discord about full body, because there's a lot of people that don't have full body or they don't have VR. So basically, we're VR enthusiasts as well too, because we've made a lot of people come into full body from
Oh,
being
absolutely.
a
I mean,
desktop.
I bet between us, we several hundred people that have bought VR just from interacting
hmm
with us.
Really?
And for the dancing
Yeah,
and all that, yeah.
at least several hundred. I mean, shoot, we could be salesmen for HTC Vive.
Okay. And
Mhm.
Naiba, how about you? Would you put your manager of Club Zodiac?
I can't conceive of a sequence of events that would ever end up with me applying for a job with somebody else. I've always worked for myself, so I just have a really hard time imagining such a scenario. And plus, to me, this is a hobby. This is something I do for fun. But I'm very extremely competitive, and I like to win.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like a hobby that I'm trying to win. I want to see how far I can take it just for the heck of winning,
Oh hell yeah.
just for the sake of winning. So I'm not trying to make money at it necessarily. I just like to win. I was like, you know what? If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right, and it's going to be done right, and I'm going to win. So that's just like I said, we come from a slightly different perspective from that
Mhm.
Yeah.
from that sense. But
No, I like
Because
your
with me, it's
competitiveness.
like oh, go ahead, go
No,
ahead.
no, no,
I'm
no,
sorry.
please. No, no. Where are you coming from?
But yeah,
she
yeah,
would
with
love a job
me,
in the industry. Absolutely.
yeah, because with me, I wanted to be like a social media manager, a part of the gaming aspects of everything, especially with a
Hmm.
community manager as well too. And basically with this, I'm basically like a community manager, talking to the community, seeing if everything's okay,
Have you ever thought
letting them
about opening up
know
a
about.
blog?
I've thought about it, but like really, like it's not really blogging, but more vlogging.
Or
Would
vlogging?
be.
Mm. Well, that's
Yeah,
Twitch, I guess, right?
and yeah, that would be Twitch.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's why with the Monday thing that we're going to be doing, it would basically be underneath just chatting because that would basically be like the vlogging and everything like that,
Mm-hmm.
letting everyone know about Club Zodiac as well because that is more of the advertisement and getting the word out and all that too. But yeah, yeah, basically it would be vlogging instead of blog.
All right. Oh, hmm. I thought that you should go write a blog.
Hmm.
I think it would be very interesting for people who are interested in getting to VR, but still kind of
hmm
shaky. Everyone consumes media in
Mhm.
different ways. Some people through
Mhm.
Twitch, YouTube, some through writing, and
Facebook.
I think with your personality, it'll be a good way to get people interested. The way you talk.
Yeah, because
Mm.
yeah, because I tried to go over to Facebook as well too, because I know there's a lot of friends of mine and family members, and that like I went on there just playing Beat Saber, and they were just like, "How are you doing that?"
Oh,
And
Beat
this,
Saber's
it's like,
so good.
ooh, yeah. So it's like,
Oh.
it's just if they seen what I do in here of where I'm actually like moving my hands and moving my feet with full body and all
Hmm.
that and dancing, they're gonna be like, "Whoa, how are you doing?" Like they'll even ask that question inside the chat. So it's like I'm spreading the word, pretty much being a VR enthusiast, letting them know about what VR is as well too, and that would basically be like my vlogging as well too, like being like what I do every single day, and like pretty much like the behind the scenes of what Virgo for You does or something like that for Club Zodiac.
Okay.
um and just yeah.
Virgo's such an amazing manager and administrator. I mean, anyone would be honored and privileged to have someone like her working for them.
Oh, listen, just from what you guys told me, I wish she had. I wish I had someone like her just to bounce ideas off of. Because she seems very invested, very interested, and wants the well-being of the majority of the people involved to be A1.
Absolutely.
You can't make sure everyone's on par, but you can do your
Yeah.
best.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
Cap, Frost, before we end
Hmm.
things, do you guys have any like ending questions? Anything you guys on your
I
mind? Remember, these
yeah.
guys made Club Zodiac from what ground zero to the
Hmm.
very top. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah. I guess my question for you guys is, you guys ever feel stuck in your role? Like, what I
mm,
mean by that is, whenever you have like a group of friends join you, they always have an expectation of you. And do you
No,
feel like you're ever just tired of that?
no. I
Mm.
basically am just me, and
That's what I was gonna say. That's
like
exactly what I was gonna say. I'm
I'm
just
just
me.
just me.
I'm just
I don't
me.
act a
Yeah.
certain way at
Yeah.
all because this is how I am in real life
Yeah.
too.
Me too. I'm
Like,
exactly this way in real life. Yeah.
yeah, I'm not like like if I'm pissed off, people will see that I'm pissed. If they see that I'm
Absolutely.
upset,
Yeah.
they'll see that I'm
Like
upset.
fox ears and
Mm.
all, you know,
Mhm.
everything.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Where is it? Where is it? Hang on. I
Yeah, I
can't.
know what he's gonna do.
I can't do. Where is
Uh-oh.
it? Which figure? Oh my god!
What?
You think I know my own avatar right now? Oh well. Oh well. It is what it is.
But no, I'm just the way that I am in here than in IRL. Like I don't change for anybody whatsoever, and especially like if everyone's like, it's like you're so popular. So I'm like, no, I don't consider myself like that whatsoever.
Oh no, you're
Um,
popular.
I'm
Just
still.
accept
It's
it.
like
Oh god.
I'm still me, and it's like, and I've seen where people are scared to even like message me. Sometimes I'm like, why are you scared? I was
I
like,
never understand that at all. We're the
it's
most
like join up
approachable
on
people in this
me.
game.
well,
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm like join up on
well,
me. It's
hold
Yeah.
up.
like they're
I'll
like,
say
yeah,
this.
People
but we don't
come to
want to
your
bother you.
stream and said,
Well,
"Yeah, I don't want to join you." It's like, what do you mean, don't join us? Come join us. We need you to join
It's
us.
like,
Absolutely.
yeah, it's like join us. But even if we're not doing an event, it's like we welcome everyone. We're like, hey, it's like come join us. It's like
yeah, but it's
we
still kind of
love to meet new
daunting.
people.
It's still
I
kind of
mean, yeah, all
daunting.
our
You
events
guys are surrounded by
are at
people,
the heart of
so
it.
you know.
And before we even had a club, all we would go to someone else's world and sit in front of a mirror and talk and hang out with our friends. I said, well, let's just
And
create
get
our
to
own
know
world and do the
people.
same thing. And we're just doing the same things we've
hmm
always done, which is
Hmm.
just hanging out with our friends.
They
We just do it in our own club now.
they
That's it.
usually just don't want to bother us because they think that we're busy all the time. And I'm like, no, it's like if I'm over here busy and I'm doing like the calendar or something like that, and I'm in desktop and you come up to me, hell yeah, it's like come in and like while I'm like doing this, it's like just talk to me. Then I can tell you like all this stuff because that's what I did the other day. Like I was in
Oh,
desktop
so
mode
when
and there
you're
was
in
a whole bunch
desktop,
of people
okay.
like that was like,
So when
yeah.
you're in
Sometimes
desktop
I'll come in
mode,
desktop
you
mode
can
like
do it.
today, like.
How about that, Cap? She
uh,
can do it. Why can't you talk
What?
to us when you're in desktop mode? You're so
Oh
busy.
my god, I do nothing but talk on to you with desktop mode. That's
No,
literally all I
no.
do.
All you do is deafen yourself,
Oh,
say you're too
good.
busy for us. You're
Oh
watching
my,
YouTube
oh my
videos,
god. Oh my god,
avatar
Mr. Oh, my full
creation.
body died, I can't hop on.
Listen. Oh, actually, so Virgo, Nyboe, I personally, I can't stand being in VR without full body. How do you get like? Are you
Hmm.
guys okay?
Me, I like to relax.
It's funny. Both of us are only in VR at the moment, which is sort of
Yeah,
ironic.
yeah.
Yeah,
I like relaxing.
me, I like to like. I
Yeah.
haven't really been like in full body around. When was the last time I was in that? Was oh my god, when did I do that video? Was it last week? I was in full body. But
Well,
yeah, but
I
I
danced on Sunday, so yeah.
yeah, he danced on
Yeah.
Sunday, but it's like for me, it's like I have my days of where I just want to sit on my sofa and not have to worry about like, oh, it's like it's the trackers being shown on the base stations and this and that. Now I just sit a certain way, and it's like, no, it's like right now it's like I have my feet propped up and I'm like cross-legged and everything, and I'm just like just chilling.
Hmm.
But yeah, but even some days I won't even get in VR.
Mm.
Like, like
Okay.
even today, it's like I got in desktop mode. And I'm just like, I'm just in desktop mode. It's like, it's like it's such a like. But then again, I did get my hair done, so I don't. I didn't
Oh.
want to.
Well, thank you for
So I
putting it on
didn't
VR
get
even after you
the-
got your hair done. Shit.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Oh
got
my goodness.
yeah.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, well, let me put my VR headset on, and then I'll fix up my hair later and everything like that, and wrap it up and all that jazz. Hell yeah.
Okay, fuck yeah. I appreciate your sacrifice.
I know. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. She's got a fancy Christmas party tomorrow night, so yeah.
Oh yeah. Actually, Frost, do you have a
Sounds
question
fun.
for them?
I mean, this is more of like sort of like for the future as well.
Mhm.
So
Future
are you
DJ.
guys, this may be a rhetorical question, but
Mhm.
you guys are hopeful for the future of VR, and
Mhm.
for
Oh,
VR.
absolutely.
But if, say, a next like VR game were to come along, like a social game, something like that,
Mhm.
would you be willing to move over, or do you like VR chat
If
just in
if it
general?
was on the lines of VR chat, I think I would go to
Mm.
both. Letting everyone know inside of the Discord, letting them know it's like on this day we're going to be in VR chat doing so and so, meeting everybody, and then on this day we're actually going to go in this social platform game and meet new people and this and that, yada yada, spread the word out and this and that. So,
Yeah,
but
I
yeah,
hope it never
but
comes to that. I mean, I would much prefer for this game to succeed and us to grow with this game as it grows, and us to have been here from the very beginning, more or less. That would be my first preference. I mean, it's always traumatic to move, even in real life. I mean, just anytime you make a move,
Yeah.
it's really it's traumatic for everyone
well,
involved.
I kind
well,
of
when it
don't
comes
have that
down
idea.
to Well, when it comes down to the like the buildings and everything like that, I wanted to stay in VR chat.
Hmm.
Pretty much what I'm
Just
trying to
because of
say is like to
Unity?
go. Oh
Or
yeah, especially if
yeah.
like a new game came out and all that, and it's still new. VR chat is still up here.
Yeah.
And they're more advanced. They know what's going on and everything like that. But I would want to keep all of our buildings here and let everyone know in the other game of like what we do and everything like that. Dance with them and all that jazz. Then come over to VR chat and let them know it's like, hey, we're gonna actually have it. Like pretty much like what we would do to spread the word on Thursday. Sometimes we'll go dancing and all that. That's basically what I was talking about with like going
Yeah,
to the other game and spreading the
and
word like that.
I'm so incredibly optimistic about the game in general. My biggest complaint with the game is the hackers. If they
Yeah.
ever get if they ever get that under control, to me the sky's the limit on the game.
Nybo, do you think
Yeah.
the VR chat would benefit from having a paywall of $5? So if you do get account banned, you'd have to pay money. So
Yes,
hackers, okay, because that's my
absolutely, and I
biggest
think
gripe.
it would also eliminate a lot of the children too. Also,
Well,
absolutely, and I would pay
Mhm.
that
well,
in a
I
heartbeat.
don't think limiting children will be the best because you're going to lose a lot of the player base. And then because
Mhm.
a smaller player base, the people that sponsor and invest into VR chat see a smaller player base, they won't want to invest as much. So I still think the
Mhm.
children is fine. It's just that I
I don't
think
know. I just think about all the thousands and thousands of dollars. I mean, I've spent probably $4,000 to $5,000 to play this free game.
Well,
willingly.
Five heads, my lion.
And I would do it again because that's how much I love this game.
no, I love this game too. I agree. I agree.
So I mean, you're talking $5 a month. That's a joke. I mean, I could go.
Well, hold on.
I'd pay $20
Yo,
a month.
I didn't say no subscription. I just said one time.
Yeah.
$5 one time.
Yeah. Oh no, I would pay $20 a month to play this game.
Well, the thing is, it's gonna be you and like 200 other people. That's it. I still think we still gotta like there gotta be a balance, but I think that similar to how so YouTube actually recently started doing like focusing on their live streaming and everything, and they connected their Google email to the YouTube. So whenever they banned anyone on the YouTube, their whole entire email got banned.
Yeah.
They couldn't use it, untouchable.
Yeah.
So if Vrchat had a similar deal with another service that was very vital to someone, like maybe even a Steam account, that would benefit the game a lot more.
I believe Oculus I may have like an option for you to like log in with Facebook, but that's just with Oculus. I don't know how that would work with Vive and Steam.
Well, you could make
we value entertainment differently because to me, when I go out in real life, like if I go to the movie theater or I take my kids out to eat, I want to spend $100 almost every time.
Oh no, I would.
For maybe 1 to 2 hours of entertainment. I've played this game for 5,000 hours, and I've enjoyed every second of it. How much is that worth? When I'm paying $100 for an hour or two of entertainment in real life.
Why do you enjoy the game so much?
Yeah.
Be the people.
Because the people. It's
so
the
now,
people.
If the people can't afford to get in, then it's not a fun
that's
game.
true. Well,
Think about it too. A lot of people who would pay that $5 now wouldn't pay it originally if it was $5.
Well, you could have like a 30 free day, kind of thing to try it out. The first 30 days for free or something. A lot of games are like that. Yeah, I could see that.
A lot of people like even this guy right here. I bet you he wouldn't have played it if it costed like $5.
If I had to, if it didn't have a free trial, I wouldn't have ever tried it. But if it had a free trial, I mean, I was hooked with it.
You know what? If it had a free trial, I think that would work. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would work, yeah.
But then
30 free days. If you're not hooked in 30 days, yeah.
But the problem arises where
a lot of people.
Oh, what?
What were you saying?
What I was gonna say was that what a lot of people, I think that's important to kind of realize as well, is that this game isn't even released yet. Technically, it's not even a full game. It's still
like a prolonged beta.
It's still beta.
It's early access.
Very,
is it beta or early access?
Beta. Yeah, it's early access.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, a lot of games became. I can't remember the exact reason, but games stay in early access because there's a benefit to it. They can easily release a game and keep giving updates, but there's an actual benefit to keeping it in early access. I can't recall it right now, but there's a reason why games like DayZ stayed in early access so long, H1Z1, and a couple other games stayed in early access because there's a decent benefit. I can't recall what it is right now. Do you know what it is, Duff?
I think it's like refunds.
Well, I don't know what kind of benefit. It's kind of like in the idea that you only release once, and usually the 1.0 is where you like kind of like load all the like propaganda, all the advertisement, and if you kind of have a fucked up beginning, it actually can cut down your sales by a lot.
That is true.
See, that's what we're doing with the merch.
Early access merch.
Exactly right.
One game that you won't believe me, it's still in beta. It's Warframe. Warframe, you open it.
How the fuck is Warframe
on the
in
bottom
beta?
it says beta. It's released already in 5 consoles, man. I don't know.
Okay. Well, Cap Frost, any more questions for our wonderful guests? And now,
I think these people have been pretty nice, pretty wonderful.
tight. All right, Nyboe, Virgo, any questions for us?
No. You have any questions?
No.
All right, well,
we're good.
All right, shout out your shit.
We got it all covered.
Shout out anything, whatever.
Shout out the merch.
So, yeah, don't forget the merch. Yeah, so just say what you guys are doing, next events. If you guys have any big plans for Christmas or New Year's,
Mm-hmm.
just.
Yeah, for New Year's, last time we did New Year's, it was with all of the communities. Like we did with
All the clubs.
DDVR, yeah, all the clubs. I would love to do that again. When it comes down to New Year's and everything like that. So like I'll be getting with some of the clubbers and like the founders and everything like that, and asking them. It's like, it's like, do we want to do like this big huge thing of where we're all like, going through different times like we did the last time. It was like each hour
Oh
we
yeah, that
say
was really
Happy New
fun.
Year's. It was
Oh.
each hour until we finally got to us, and then it was, no, it went from like 9 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time to like 9 o'clock again or something like that. It was fun.
That sounds fun actually.
Yeah, it was really. Yeah, yeah. It
Well,
was
actually,
just, New Year's around the world, basically. Yeah, it was really, really nice.
Just
I actually
all
Mhm.
day
heard about
drinking.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was a big, huge party. Like we had the full moon party, DDBR,
Right.
Void, Club Zodiac, Sinister Being, um, someone else. I'm
But
forgetting them. I'm
anybody,
forgetting them.
anyone who's curious about any of our events, or is possibly interested in attending one of our events or visiting or whatever, every Zodiac world, when you enter, if you look around on one of the nearby walls, there's a calendar for the month. It's updated every month.
Hmm.
It shows every event for the entire month, the hour, the day that it's scheduled. That's the best, easiest way to access and learn about our events. You can also obviously Discord. We would encourage you to do that. It's a great group. So.
Okay.
Hmm.
Actually, I got one more question before you guys go.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
guys
go
were
ahead.
mentioning you had to do a lot of collabs, right? Have you
Mm.
ever had to blacklist any clubs from collabing with you guys?
Oh.
No, no. We
Mm.
never had to do that. It would basically be like, if they don't want to collab anymore, then we just don't collab anymore. But we're all still friends and everything like that. But no, we never had to blacklist anybody, any communities or anything like that. No.
Okay. Well, I guess
Okay.
most communities are trying to, grow, so they're not going to give off a bad impression, right? Especially to
Yeah.
the definitely to a club which has a good reputation. So they're definitely going to do their best to show we want to grow, we want
Mm-hmm.
to collab, we want to have a good community like you guys. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm.
this is the podcast. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Majid, Saria, Deathmap, Orthanus, I can't, Skis, and
Steve.
Winter. And whoever's watching the streams, thank you much. Thank you very much. And thank you, Virgo and Nyboe, so much. Thank you for
There
coming.
we go.
I wanted to
Thank
do
you
this
for
last
having
week, and I kept on
us.
bugging
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
so I feel bad,
Thanks,
but
you guys.
thank you so much.
Clap, clap.